Hello, so this video is about supervision. The goal is to describe the nature and purpose of clinical supervision. Discuss theoretical frameworks and models. Supervision is all about you. Essential component for your competency growth and acquisition of a solid ethical practice. Purposes. Growth and development components are structure, format, and frequency, often driven by the goals of the supervisee. Protection of the welfare of the client. Models, much like therapeutic models. So you have the developmental model is based on the development of knowledge, skills, and competency over time. It is important to have match between supervisor and supervisee. Some supervisors are better than others in the developmental phase. So 4 levels of growth continuum. Level 1, focus on self-awareness, motivation, and being present with another. Level 2, functioning more independent, focus is on the experiences of the client. Level 3, gained experience, focus is on developing strong professional identity. Level 4, confident and have an individualized approach. Orientation models focuses on the adherence and fidelity of the theory in session. It's person-centered, core skills, empathy, congruence, and unconditional positive regard. Cognitive behavioral operate on developing skills in cognition and thoughts is the driving force behind the supervisee's beliefs, feelings, and behaviors. Psychodynamic focus on the client resistance, defenses, transference, and countertransference. Narrative focus is on the storytelling and editing or revised the stories. Who makes an effective supervisor? So high levels of empathy, flexibility, understanding, unconditional positive regard, concern and attention, investment, curiosity, openness, and humor. Supervisor competencies, ethics and professional practice, knowledge of the profession, diversity, reflective practice, supervisory alliance, structuring supervision, research/theory, learning, and then 9 is evaluation. Formats of supervision: individual, dyads or triads, group, team, and peer. Technology comes to play as well. Technology and social media has changed the layout. Refer to the NASW Code of Ethics that has been revised in the last 3 years to address social media. Assisted agencies with policy development and what may be allowed for transmission electronically. Promoting understanding and insight, how change occurs. So types of insight: awareness of feelings, this is person-centered, reflective of feelings, learning what the feelings are, describe, etc. Unconscious motives, psychoanalytic, interpretation, giving meaning. Cognitive distortions, which is cognitive, guided discovery and hopeful rebranding. Problem definition, strategic, reframing, changing the narrative. Inauthentic, gestalt, confrontation. Family dynamics, systemic, restructuring. Sources of influence, narrative, outcome questions, and then contingency, contracting, behavioral, identity reinforces for target behavior. Behavior is the goal. Thoughts are needs and desires. Emotions are the energy. So this is the cognitive triangle. So thoughts, behavior, they all kind of influence each other. They can go from thoughts to emotions to behavior, back to thoughts, or they can go thoughts, behavior, emotion, that just goes around and around. Can even switch back and forth, change direction. Promoting understanding. When clients arrive at a new awareness, it is almost impossible to identify what the therapist did or said that made the difference. Therefore, this change is not about the provider's ego. Understanding is an accumulative, complex process that builds on previous awareness. So here are the strategies. Confrontation. Besides its bad negative rap, it is subtle and gentle. Often clients don't even know it. Disrupting beliefs. At times, the level of the client cognition distortion is such that you believe that helping them to examine their underlying thinking may be profitable. First skill is to recognize that the use of language that represents underlying distortion, like "he made me," that situation ruined everything, or "the instructor is a jerk." Second, appreciate the very different kind of emotional reactions, attempting to show different ways a person can see the situation. Recognize the cultural difference. Loyalty is key. Interpretation, promote insight, but also seek alter person's perceptions. Therapists make interpretations based on observation. Providing information. Examples are explanation, instructing, provide basic information, teach, supply a mode, give a referral, warning, describing, directing, and distinguishing among differences. Giving feedback. There are many ways, but important to give in a way that it can be heard and accepted. Good feedback is honest. Part of our jobs is to look at our clients clearly and to tell them what we see. The best feedback is specific. You can use examples that are supportive and constructive. Silence. There may be times when the client says something that is profound and the client looks down or tears form. Your instinct might be to rush in, resist, and sit there. But resist or rush in and sit there. Once eye contact is returned, a simple question of what was going on may be instrumental. And then finally, self-disclosure. Because self-disclosure takes the focus off the client and puts it onto the therapist before you do it, is there no other way to accomplish the goal? Is it helpful to the client and be aware of boundaries? Teaching tales. Sharing stories from life that may be heroic, overcoming challenges, belonging, supportive, etc. So that's it for this video. Thanks for listening.